What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review of Power Season 3. Nope. 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 Power Book 3, Season 6. Nope. God damn. I'm tired. I'm so drained. We are back for Power Book 3, Season 4, Episode 6, I believe. We all in this together. Or no, it's let me reintroduce myself. Girl, we back for Power. Oh my God, that is so funny. What's tomorrow? And happy Easter for everybody that celebrate Easter. But let's get into this episode. So we're just going to talk about things because this episode really wasn't much, but it was just enough to set up what's probably going to come for the last few episodes. Now, can somebody tell me in the comments, are we getting the regular season of 10 episodes or are we getting extra episodes this season? And I'm only asking because, once again, as I stated in another review, we usually get 10 episodes a season. And we haven't had a mid-season finale yet, and we're already on this is episode 6, right? Or episode 7? Episode 7. This episode 7? This episode 7. Damn. Okay, so what's good? But anyway, let's just get into it. Unique. Well, I'm gonna need somebody got to put him down. I hate to say that, but he is going around like a rabid dog. And I just keep on thinking about what that veterinarian told old boy. He needs to go to the hospital because he has a brain injury. And something like this will make a person, if not treated correctly, will make them come back possibly as a different type of individual. More harsh, more just angry feel and all of that. And that is what is going on. He is way more dangerous than he was before. Listen, Unique used to be just a pretty boy gangster, okay? He was the pretty boy gangster that got stuff done. Nobody, that people was kind of scared of him, but not like that. They respected him. You know, he had his little thing. He ain't have to holler at nobody. He ain't have to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now he's just so angry filled. He's so angry filled. Like, at least I understand the reason why he doing it, but he got his information wrong. And you turning into the nigga that really took you out. And I just cannot stand when a person just want to go out on a limb, no Tina Marie, and just do stuff off of a assumption. You assuming shit and people trying to tell you left and right. Girl, that ain't what it is. Or I should say, sir, that ain't what it is. Okay? But you so wrapped up in your head over revenge. You know what I'm saying? It's just really like, if I would have saw Rock taking out Ronnie, wish she did it, I would have said, you know what? That's my bitch. She was looking out for me. You put it up in your mind that she was working with this nigga and was trying to tap loose ends. I said, oh my God, what is going on? Why are we doing this? So at this point, I don't know if I'm liking the way things about to go. Okay? I don't know if I'm liking, the fact, like, listen, a lot of the stuff that Rock is doing, Rock got it. She brought it on herself. Okay, because of the way that she's been moving in the streets and all that stuff, whatever, since season 1. She's so headstrong. She thinks she that Billy Badass type of bitch. Okay, we get that. But at the same time, Rock be upfront with her shit. And it's like, y'all don't know that by now. Unique, you don't know how she rolled by now. Okay, like, that lady loved you. That lady loved you real much. Maybe at this point, Rock, you should have kept the baby so she could be like, I'm pregnant with your baby. He probably would have shot her in the stomach. I'm sorry. Given how he is, he's so ravenous right now. And I just like, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? So he pops up in her kitchen eating her pecan ice cream. I said, first of all, rude as shit. You eating it out the fucking box. You could have put it in a little bowl or something, but that's neither here nor there. Then he coming at her like, they thought I was dead, but now I'm alive and all this stuff and woo woo woo. And basically trying to say, I'm the one that's been doing all this stuff to you. I'm gonna let you look at everything that's been happening, and I ain't gonna take you out yet. I'm gonna let you watch your whole empire just burn down slowly. Okay, and then I'm gonna say you for the last. And that's everybody around you. I'm finna take it out. I'm finna take him out. Because remember, he can't really kill anybody. Because Russo said don't touch nobody yet. Do what you gotta do. Don't touch Stefano. Don't do no bloodshed. Don't do nothing yet. Okay? And so, at this point, he telling Rob, I saw when you went up in that building, you and Kanan went up in there, then y'all came up out there, smiling and everything after you put Ronnie and that detective down and all that stuff or whatever. So basically, y'all was working together and you had to take my brother out and that cop to tie up loose ends or whatever so it won't be connected to you. She was like, nigga, first of all, no. Absolutely not. Okay? Listen. He was coming after my son. She said, you don't give a fuck about that, nigga. I said, you know what? Honestly, I understood exactly why Unique said that. I said, well, she does, but I can understand why you said that because what type of mother would let their child be into something like this and literally groom them to be in the streets? Rock. So you don't give a damn. That's where he coming from. And I was just like, oh my God, no, Unique, not that. Actually, it was Kanan that took him out, and she took out Detective Howard for a different reason. But okay, and basically let her know, I'm gonna take everything from you, okay? And put the pew up against her throat. Now let me tell you something, Rock, you better than me, because I would have melted. God, that's good out. Rock said, I ain't finna let no nigga see me cry. You ain't finna let me, I ain't finna let no nigga see me sweat or nothing. She was like, that gun was all up in her throat. She was just like, I said, oh, you's a bad bitch, huh? She was like, hell yeah, through and through. I said, oh, okay. So she had to tell Marvin and Lulu what's going on in the family and Kanan and Juke. And at this point in time, because now everybody and their mama finna get coming from back, Ronnie. And not Ronnie, well, Ronnie 2.0, Unique. And at this time, they figuring out that he was the one that did all this other stuff that was killing everybody and all that. Baby, Kanan takes it upon himself to want to be pissed off and to blame Rock for this and to blame Rock for that. This your fault. You the one that did this. You always fucking everything up and all this stuff. And Marvin was the only one that's going to step up and say, somebody needs to slap that little boy. Okay? He needs to whoop his ass. That's what you need. You know what I'm saying? That's your mother. You going to still respect her. Was like, yeah, I'm going to respect her, but you still fuck shit up. I said, oh my God, Kanan. Y'all about to die. And you still just want to place the game, blame game. We know. Okay, jeez, can we come together? This ain't the time for dissension. We got to come together, okay? Right now. You know what the Beatles and Michael Jackson said. We got to come together and fix this problem. Our main goal right about now should be taking out Unique, okay? That's what it should be. We shouldn't be infighting. And then Jude, girlfriend, you coming into your own. Because Marvin was like, what we supposed to do about him? Girl, Juke said, listen. I said, oh. Brock looked at her like, you too, bitch? I said, yeah, it's not a disrespect to you, but she just like, listen to the nigga and hear what he got to say. Well, she would, and she do be trying to hit him, and she do be trying to, but he don't want to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? He's just so angry. But again, Rock, you got yourself to blame for this, okay? Everything comes down to Raquel. Marvin gave Juke his gun. She was like, since you playing around with it, you might as well keep it. Go ahead, okay? So there's that. Lou, he coming back. Lou said, I always been home. Okay, I ain't never went nowhere. but I'm back for real. You know, this my family. Gotta protect the family. I said, I know that's the fuck right. Okay, I'm ready to see Lulu, Killer Lou, get back out there, be a hitter again. Okay. And speaking of Lou, he had to go tie up loose ends with freaking Imani. Imani was like, it's okay if you're gonna be fucking around with other people. I just need to know before I get my heart in it. He said, you know what? Let me tell you something. The shit that happened with Jess, it was a one-time thing. You know, she came into town. Her brother had just died. You know, we was just two people that was hurting. You know, trying to ease our pain. I don't want you to be in pain. I don't want you to be in pain either. I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to break your heart either. I said, you know what? All right. Black love, I guess. I said, Imani, don't fall for it. You know, you need to keep that on the side. Don't get too deep into it. Take it for what it is and don't get too deep into it, okay, girlfriend? We not finna be in a relationship. Niggas cheat, bitches cheat. You just gotta hold off, okay? You talking like you already got feelings. Talk about something, I don't want to get my heart broke. Baby, you was there. You saw that chain that said Jesse. You said, ain't this about a bitch, nigga, and left. Your feelings was hurt. Your heart cracked a little bit. Girl, we already know he gave you some bomb dick and you just couldn't take it. That's what it is, okay? I get it. Meanwhile, Rock had went over there to talk, and Stefano, not Rock and Stefano, Rock and Marvin, they went over there to Stefano to see what was up. Tell them that Unique is back in town. Unique is the one that's hitting all the shits. Mind you, Unique got all them New Jersey niggas and just took all them corners back from Rock. I said, oh my God, y'all just go. I said, Rock, what type of niggas you got working for you that just easily let these niggas just come through and take the corners like this? Bitch, the motherfuckers got out the car. Okay, my granddaddy used to have a van just like that, the one that the motherfuckers got. I said 1990s to its core. My granddaddy had a gray one, okay? Baby, that's the van. That van could tell some secrets, some tales, bitch. Girl, that gray van, that same van that they had in the show. Like I said, my granddaddy had the same gray van. And me and my cousins used to box up in that motherfucker. The window broke. I'll never forget. And it was one of them things where you got to pop out the window. My granddad ain't going to get that fixed. He put a freaking hanger in there, a wire hanger through the thing to keep it closed. And instead of like cutting the thing down, so part of it was still sticking out. Me and my cousin, the one that I actually talked to that's getting married soon, we got into a fight. She put my arm against that. If you can't see, it's a scar all the way on my arm right here, right? She took my arm and it's on this side. Oh shit, bitch, I got another one over here? Where the fuck that one come from? But no, this long ass scar right here, you probably can't see it because I'm too goddamn light. But it's a scar all the way down here, bitch. She took my arm and scraped it down that bitch. Oh, we was boxing up in that motherfucker and I whooped her ass. So, you know, it's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fun times, kids. But yeah, all the motherfuckers just came out. They came out that car like clown cars. I mean, it was just everybody and their mama just coming out. I said, and y'all just gonna let them take the corners. They was like, yeah, bitch, did you see how many niggas came out that car? I said, okay, you know, you weak sauce. Ain't nobody put up no resistance. They took all them corners. So at this point, they had to go over there, talk to Stefano. Stefano said, listen, bitch, first of all, Unique doing all this shit. Obviously, he got to have a backer that's letting him do this, okay? Because ain't nobody up in the Five Barrels is doing this. Nobody, no family in the Five Barrels is letting this happen, okay? And y'all know that's the mafia, right? Ain't nobody finna do that. So who backing him? Gotta be the motherfuckers across the pond. The fucking New Jersey people. And was like, Nana and Tina gotta be the saboteurs, okay? Saboteur people, you know, trying to get, this shit making me look like my teeth is yellow as fuck. This light. That's the blue light, bitch. What is you trying to say? My teeth ain't yellow like that. Don't worry about it. I don't even feel like changing it. It'll be all right. Y'all know what the deal is. But anyway, doing all of that. And Stefano said, listen, I can't hit no other body. Okay? Because then we going after this person. We doing this. You not finna jeopardize me. Okay? Your shit already dried the fuck up. And that's another thing. Rock ain't got no product. Rock ain't got no product. Kanan ain't got no product. Stefano like chill the fuck out at this point. They like, what the hell we supposed to do? Rock go over there trying to talk to the Afghan man that's supposed to be making, they about to use his poppy seed stuff. And she like, the shit ain't gonna be ready for another month. She was like, nigga, I ain't got no month. I said, well, damn, bitch, you bit off more than you could chew. Okay? Because you got to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G, and you only had a plan A. Okay? Stefano had told her that, Quan over there fucking around with Unique. Okay? That means they probably got all the Chinese spots, which they did. All right? And so it's really crazy right now out in the streets for Rock. And I'm like, damn, so y'all finna just fuck up everything off of an assumption y'all don't even know. I said, Unique, you doing a lot. You got Marvin and them going over there to talk to Pop and Snaps, okay? And they was like, bitch, this ain't got shit to do with us. It was like, yeah, you gonna have to be ready too because we work together. It was like, no, baby, we ain't got nothing to do with y'all. We don't work together. We work with Kanan. Well, you work with Kanan, and he coming after Kanan too. That means he coming after everybody in association with him. And it was like, okay, been warned. Now, see, Pops and Snaps my type of people. They ain't finna lay down for nothing. They see an opportunity in any and everything, and they talk. They would talk their way into a deal, okay? And talk their way out of something. Because it was like, either this a bad thing or a good opportunity. I said, what? And then later we saw Unique come up in there. And they let him come through so that they could have a conversation. I said, child, you know what? Listen, when the opportunity presents itself, they said you gotta seize it, bitch. Then you got this whole situation with Kanan. Girl, OC gone. OC gone. So is OC working with Unique, or is OC working for himself? Because at this point in time, OC knew where Kanan was going. He followed him last week to the storage room. And I said, Kanan, that was stupid as fuck for you to have that damn storage room and to put that chest up in there like that. That is not secure. That is not secure. Girl, OC, little smart ass came up in there, and I know it was him. He went in there and he took the goddamn chest, popped that bitch open, and took the fucking money out of it. Because now we can't find OC nowhere. OC and his allergies are gone. He took that money and ran. Mind you, Kanan had just sat down with Juke and said he had been putting money to the side so that he could start a business. He could do his own business or whatever. And he want Juke to come in as a partner. Now he can't even do that. Okay? He can't even do that because he ain't got no money. He ain't got no money and he ain't got no work. All right? He trying to tell all them, find where OC at, find where OC at. Can't find them. Now, see, here's the thing where shit got me fucked up. Because all in the while they doing this, Kanan rolling down the street, he winds up seeing Rock at someplace, handing over some money to, and we know it's money because it's always that envelope. It was a little thick, to the cops, right? Cops got a little happy smile on their face and all that stuff. And I'm sitting here like, so what that mean? Kanan looking at him like, looking at over there at Rock like, ain't this about a bitch? And I said, no, Kanan, bitch. No, Kanan, don't do this. I know you hate your mama right now, but you really think your mama gonna do this shit to you like that? I mean, Rock is the evil bitch, but one thing about it, two things for sure, she love your ass. She is not finna hurt you like that. Would she? In this case, no. No. Okay? And what you didn't understand is, remember, at one point, when Kanan and Juke were sitting down talking about the business, all that stuff, okay? Prior to that, they was talking about Famous. Trying to find out who took out Famous. Because Juke won't in. Kanan's impressed with her. Like, damn, bitch, the way that you've been handling yourself lately. Like, shit. Okay. And so the thing is, he said, what if that's true? What they said, Quesnam crew said about Famous probably snitching on some dirty cops. And that's why he got taken out. Then he go roll down the street and he see his mama, who he already said fucks up everything, okay, handing over an envelope of money to these cops. And I'm like, damn, Kanan, you are so fucking green. You've been around this woman so much. And you mean to tell me that you don't understand that if you are in a certain neighborhood, you want something done on the blocks or whatever so that you can get the shit uninterrupted and all that stuff, you gotta pay? You paying for the cops? But that don't necessarily mean that your mama will pay to get your fucking friend killed, and then you gonna tell Crystal. You gonna tell Crystal that your mama was the one that did it with no fucking real proof. I said, oh my God. So they're about to blame everything on Rock, and I'm just like, granted, I get it. Rock put herself in a lot of shit. So is y'all trying to make it seem like for all these seasons that she been that big bad bitch, and that this is her season of her reckoning that they finna humble her and take her down? What? Why? Are you serious? I don't like this. I don't like what they doing to Unique. I don't know. I don't like how they doing this to Rock. I don't. I feel like y'all could have did this a better way. I feel like y'all could have did this a better way. I really do. I really do. Honestly, I feel like they shouldn't have killed Ronnie just so yet. I really don't. I really feel like Unique should have still been alive, and Unique should have came back and fucked his ass up, and him and Rock should have teamed up. Bitch, I don't know. I just know that it shouldn't have been like this. Because I'm not liking it. Because the two people that I did like, one y'all trying to get the fuck up out of here, and the other one is just going crazy. My pussy's going crazy. Y'all remember that shit on Scary Movie too? Yeah, he going crazy. Okay? And I'm just like, oh my God. Speaking of, he finally saw his girl. She coming up in the trying to go to her mama's house, trying to open up the gate. She's struggling with the goddamn groceries. Some of it fall out. Now listen, 2 oranges fell past you, Unique, and why you only picked up 1? That's kind of rude. Okay? And she was like, oh my God, Unique. And I said, yeah, your nigga been here this whole goddamn time. You been struggling and all this shit. He coming up flat in the bed. He did look flat in the motherfucker, bitch. Okay? I said, yeah, Unique. Okay. And then you get up in the house, you know, telling her, we happy. You know, I'm sorry I left you all that stuff. Woo, woo, woo. And then he flipped that switch so quick when she said, you know, and then it was Rock ass that did all this shit to me and Ronnie, and they tried to take me out, and I'm finna go for hers and take her shit. And Miss Mouse was sitting there like, now, I mean, okay, but honestly, that don't even sound right. Like Rock and Ronnie, that don't go. What the fuck you talking about? That don't go. You coming up against me too? How the fuck you gonna tell me this shit? I said, hold up. You gonna do what the fuck I say. And if I say that bitch has something to do with it, that bitch has something to do with it. You know what? I would have said I'm staying at my mom's. But then again, he probably would have killed her. At this point, respectful Unique ain't there no more. Because if she would have said, you know what, I'm not finna stay with you right about now because you're not finna holler at me. He scared the fuck out of her because, bitch, when he started screaming, I said, excuse me, bitch. Excuse me, bitch. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to her? You just seen her for 5 minutes and now you cussing her out. She had to soothe him down. They're gonna say, get your stuff, let's go. I said, where we going? Got her up in this new place where he's staying at, and they're gonna tell her, you can't come to the south side no more for right now, because shit's about to get smoky. And she was like, I mean, but my mom, I gotta go over there, watch my mom and all that stuff. Fuck your mom. I said, bitch, that would have been it. Listen, nigga. First of fucking all, you been gone all this goddamn time and you been putting fucking money up in the thing. That's cool or whatever, but bitch, Jerome needed to see you, not just to have the money for you. Then you come up here and you talk about something, fuck my mama? Fuck my mama? That's how he said it too. He was like, fuck your mom. I said, He was like, I don't give a fuck what I'm about, okay? Ain't nobody finna kill me, take me down. I ain't doing shit for nobody. Not for you, not for Jerome, and not for your fucking mama. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not for Jerome. That's your sign. That's your seed. That's your blood. You already missed a whole bunch of times when I said, oh, now you're talking crazy. But I get some of the guys from the neighborhood to go take her to her dialysis. But you ain't coming over there to the south side until I say it's clear to go. Well, how about you take mama from the south side and put her in the house with y'all? What? I said, oh my God, you are so rude. I said, girl, I'd be scared to have sex with him that night. Because you know he wants some. That's why I give him something to simmer him down or something, okay? He ain't released. I don't know. Girl, I'm scared for you, girl. You wanted your man back and you got something else. That is not unique. That's activator. I don't know who the fuck that is, okay? He told Rob, I ain't high post. I ain't tech Def Con. I said, well, no, you're not. No, you're not. But damn, bitch, you gonna get dead like both of them. You keep fucking playing. Okay, you gonna get dead like both of them. Bitch, I was just like, you really gonna come at her like that? That's really kind of fucked up. That's really kind of fucked up. And at this point, Stefano, you gotta stop going behind people's back. Okay? Marvin, I knew it. That's why he was still putting him out there and letting him do stuff for him, because he wanted Marvin to step up and to be in charge. Because he was like, women's, they don't understand some things that men do. And basically, again, trying to blame Rob, says she really doing shit that got the shit fucked up. And I can't afford to look soft right about now to the other families. So I need you to come through and to be the head. Marvin said, fuck no. And that's just what it is. I said, oh. Mind you, he admitted that he started working with Stefano, so that he was, doing little things here and there, but it wasn't nothing deep or whatever. She was like, well, why you just not telling me? Because I didn't want to have this fucking conversation with you now. What you feeling like I was betraying you or some shit, because that's not what it was. I'm not trying to take your spot. He wanted me to do a little couple of things here and there. I did a couple of things here and there for a little cash, and that's just what it is. Okay? And I said, all right. And meanwhile, this other random shit that we got, they could have kept this, but I want to see how they gonna tie it in. B Rilla, remember last week when he went to old boy Kenyatta and said, I got a job for you and we gonna rob Lowell's house, the music executive, the head of the music company? Yeah, so they went over there to his big ass mansion. Bitch, they went up in that motherfucker you supposed to rob somebody. They pulling out guns. B Rilla said, hell the fuck no, I'm stay in the car because he know how I look. It was like, put the mask on. He said, that motherfucker still know who I am as soon as I come up in that goddamn door. Okay? Mask my ass. Alright? They was like, all right, stay in the car. Took the keys and everything so he won't run. Baby, they went up in there. Next thing you know, we hear gunshots. Pop, 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 pop. Now, let me tell you this. They said that one of the dudes got shot. Lowe came into the studio the next day, right? And B Rilla he was a little nervous. He was nervous as shit. And he was like, you won't believe what happened. The couple I was renting my home to, either he said they got shot and killed or whatever the night before because somebody came and jacked them up or whatever. And he said, what you got to do, you got to be careful because I've been dealing with this all day. But if you look at him, you could tell that he got into it with somebody because he had bruised up face. Right up here, all of that was bruised, right? It was bigger than his back. And B Rilla was looking at him. And he was nervous as shit. So, do y'all think that he know that B Rilla was the one that set him up? And that's why he was saying that he was lying? Because he obviously was there. Because that's how he got that knot. And he had his gun on him, and that's how old boy got shot. So I'm pretty sure that probably was a story that he made up to let B Rilla know that he was there. Oh, listen, that he know who I just came about. I don't know. Something about that made me want to think. Did he know or don't he know? But yeah. And then we get to the very end where we got Mama Dearest up in the bed, in her hospice bed. You got Marvin and Lou there, and they basically coming to terms with the fact Mama about to die. And, Rock comes there. And they were telling her about the fact that Mama had asked us to kill her. And it was like, well, if she asked you and she asked you, why she ain't asked me? And it was like, because they knew that you would have said no. Because you wanted her to suffer. It was like, damn, bitch. And she was like, yeah, that's right. But eventually, she was like, I was trying to see whether she was a bad mama or we was just bad kids. And it was like, two things can be true at the same time. But then Lou, of all people, who couldn't stand her, when we first saw her and we first saw the interaction that Lou had last season with her, he blamed her for everything. He couldn't stand the bitch, okay, at all. But now he's like, well, maybe she did what she could do. She did, and then having memories of it wasn't all bad. We had some fun times and all that stuff. And that's what happened, I guess, when it comes to the end and what's finna happen. Meanwhile, talking about how when it was Rock's 5th birthday, her mama had all the people in the neighborhood who had dogs come up there and let her pet the dogs or whatever and all that and woo, woo, woo. And then eventually Rock went in the room with her mama and they had a little moment. And she was like, well, why you ain't asked me to kill you? What? I'm sorry. I was just like, damn, bitch. And eventually she did. She took her out. And they was crying and shit. She was like, take care of your brothers. My girl was crying. Rock finally showed emotions. I was sitting like, That was like a forgiveness thing. I finally understand where you coming from. I finally get it. You weren't perfect. Because I'm not perfect with my own child. Because just like I hated your guts, my son hate my guts too. So now I understand. I'm sorry. You sorry. I forgive you. I'll take your life. There it is. But that was the episode, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. And I will see you guys later.